Hey guys, welcome to the Tank RC Talk. So today we're going to start talking, and that's what I mentioned real quick on the description, upgrading the TF2. There's some stuff I'm going to be doing tonight on it, like the mirrors that just fell on the ground. So I got these rubber mirrors because the first trail run I did with this, when it was brand new, busted the mirrors. So I had two of them, and on my first trail run, because they're actually glued on, they popped off. That's what happens in the woods. Things happen. Another thing I'm going to try to do today is install inner fenders. One thing I noticed last time I went out for a drive, like you notice here on the bottom, you can see everything inside. So I did a night run, and when I was taking pictures from the side, I saw the glare of my headlight inside, and I didn't like that. So I said, I'm going to spend the, I think it was $16 for it, instead of try to jimmy one like I did with my SCX10. And another thing I got is these, the rubbers. These are kind of expensive. They cost me, I think it was almost $50, or a little bit more than that, Canadian, for the TF2. So I was going to install them tonight, but I just checked just before going on air. These screws are very small, and the bit, I do have the bit, but the bit is so small that it doesn't fit on my drill. So I'm going to have to find a smaller bit or something to hold the bit for me to actually use it, or I'll use my Dremel, but I'll end up doing that another night. But I will quickly show how it actually looks on the truck. And we might as well do that now. I'll bring the camera down and show you guys real quick what it's going to look like. Sorry for moving the camera. So there is one that has a notch on it. This one would be for the gas tank on the other side. And I'm quickly going to look at them and find out which one would be for the other one, because they do kind of have a pattern. So I believe this is the little brother of it that's going to go at the back. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is going to be to get extra point on the scale truck event that we usually have here, to have extra scale points, and that's going to give me an extra 5 point for what they call tire tuck. So let's bring the camera forward. So this is going to be like this. Tire tuck is basically, that's from the last event that we did here, and I didn't even clean them. It's going to fall off. But if you noticed, if I look at top view of my truck, my tires stick out. And because they stick out, I do not have that tire tuck bonus. But once I put these on, you will not see my tires. You only see them when I really come out, but when you look at it from a direct line, from up to down, like that, you will not see it. So if I put the rear ones on, it actually hides my tire. And it's actually going to protect a little bit of the body also, because it actually pretty equal to the rock sliders. So, and they are rubber, so hopefully if ever I fall down on a trail, the rubber will be pretty resistant on rocks, and hopefully hold the truck for not falling too far. And from the last event we did, I got a bunch of scaled item at the back. Lost my windshield. Not windshield, but rear window. Got some chains. Come on, focus camera. There we go. So this is a scale chain that I actually found on this on the trail. But my scale chain that I had is actually like this, which I find is more scale. And I got a tow rope. But what I actually did to get some scale points is I glued some things down in the back of my truck. Because you get scale points for scale accessories. So I got a gas tank, I got a cooler. Cooler does open up. Put stuff in it. That's from Top Shelf Hobby. And I got a propane tank also from Top Shelf Hobby. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I have on my garage or my desk, like oil cans and Prestone, all that good stuff. So it looks like the tank is trying to boot up the computer. So that said, I'm going to have to open this little bag. First thing we'll do is install the mirrors. One thing I did real quick, just to show you guys, there's screws that holds on the body here. But what I've actually done is actually put set screws here. And I usually don't have anything there. But the only thing I have to do is just spread my body apart, and then I can take off the lid. So usually what I do is I just spread the body apart, just pull on it, pull on the other side. It's kind of tough to do sitting down. And then I just lift it up. Then I have my quick detach for the lights. And there we go. We have the truck. And my rock slider just fell off on the other side. The screw's still there, so I'm going to have to reinstall that. But basically the TF2 has a 2-speed transmission, and that's the not the ready-to-run kit. The ready-to-run kit does not have the 2-speed transmission. In this one I have a Tekin FXR with a Tekin heavy-duty motor. 2-speed transmission. I got a servo that changes gears. Metal dry shaft at the back, but in the front it's still plastic. There's a transfer case from RC4WD drive. I did not change my bumper yet. I still got the plastic bumper. I did put a winch on it. It's getting loose. It's just on plastic. I use it once in a while. It's been holding up pretty good with the plastic, but I am looking to get a metal one. So hopefully soon we'll get a metal one. And that's about it for the TF2. I still got spring, didn't do any upgrades on that. Leaf spring in the front, leaf spring in the back. Just like a real truck, the shocks leak. So let me get rid of this real quick and bring the body back. Get rid of my scaled items. Put this there. And one thing that I have that I use a lot to stick all my cables underneath my truck, like I have here, is muffler tape. One reason I use muffler tape is that it's actually waterproof, and it really holds very good in water, in harsh weather and water and all that. Like I've put this on, it's been on there for at least 3 years now and never came off. And it is like a little piece of metal, so it's pretty good. The only thing, here it did peel off a little bit, but that's where it gets a lot of abuse, I guess. And here it actually ripped a little bit. but I will be fixing that. But one reason I'm showing you this right now is because these mirrors do not have any reflection on it like a real mirror does, and they don't give you any stickers. But if you actually just get muffler tape from your auto part place, we'll be cutting a piece, and this is what I'll be using for my mirror to make it look like shiny. So let's open up the package and see what's in it. That's my unboxing. Big unboxing of mirrors. Let's bring this down. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. So the mirrors were pretty cheap. I would say $10, $15, I think. I can't remember how much I paid for them. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks I got them. Sure I don't need any parts. So it's that easy. They do have a little hole on it. Stick that in that hole, and then put the little rubber inside, and then put the clip to hold it. Now, if I can find my scissors, it's going to be just fine. So we'll just take a piece. So some of you might have noticed, but I've been kind of laid back a little bit on uploading some videos, and I've been really taking it easy and relaxing, and with my son, Sébastien, and enjoying life more than anything. I find YouTube as really taking too much of my time in the past year. So I really slowed down. For that simple reason is that I want to spend more time with my family and my son instead of spending time in front of the computer. So it's been working out pretty good. So what I did real quick is I'm actually applying pressure all the way around and onto the mirror to find out exactly where to cut it. So it's actually creating a little bump all the way around. So now I can take my scissors and cut just on the inside of that bump. Lexan scissors, it's not just for Lexan anymore. So I'm just cutting a little bit on the inside. Hopefully it's going to be enough that it's going to sit inside the mirror. There we go. So now for a quick test fit before I glue it in there. Seems to be okay. And hopefully it's going to stay in there. Get some of the dust off. The trick of this muffler tape sometimes is getting that piece of paper off without bending a piece of aluminum, because that's exactly what it is. It's a little thin piece of aluminum. It's always good to have a little X-Acto knife around to help you with the precision. There we go. Hopefully I have it on the right way. What's nice with this is if ever it's not good, you just cut another piece. It'll have to do for tonight. I don't want to bore you guys too much with the little technical details. So I did glue this before with glue. So now I'm going to try to find my reamer and actually redo this little hole because it looks like there's glue in it. So just bear with me. My reamer is somewhere close by. Through all my mess of stuff. Ta-da! Keep telling my wife, don't touch my stuff. Don't move it. Don't move where it is. Because I know where it is. I might have to take the seat out just to get access to put the clip. Windshield's a little bit in the way. I might be able to reach it. Now this TF2 mirror is actually for the new body, but they don't have rubber mirrors for the old style of bodies, but it should fit. It's almost the same truck. The new one has a heck of a lot more details. That's what I heard people say. I'm trying to do this. The fact that I'm trying to not take my interior apart, I don't think I'm going to have a choice. And I don't want to bore you guys with all the details of taking it apart because I have to take that screw off. I got to take the whole truck apart, take the windshield off, take the dash off, just for me to take the windshield off. Once that's going to be done, it's going to be a lot of fun. So not a lot of guys joining live. I guess that's what happens when you're offline for a long time. But it's going to look good with the rubber mirrors. And I've seen some of the guys actually having it and actually driving with it. And when you actually hit something, it just bounced back to where it actually meant to be. One thing that's nice with these that I noticed is that it does have holes where to mount it. So once I've cut them, and I'll just follow the line, to cut them, but first I'll test fit them and see. Same thing goes with over here. I'll probably cut them right in half for now and not cut it right at the edge. Simple reason is I want to test fit it and make sure I have a nice tight seal along the wheels. So what I'm going to do, since nobody's joining, I'm going to cut this video short because I don't want to see you guys. I want you guys to see me take the whole body off and take it apart, and it's going to be boring for you guys to watch. But hopefully next time I have an RC talk, some people are going to actually show up Um, looking at the screen. So that's a new girl I got for Mini Tank. That's their dog. Haven't named the dog yet, so I have to find a name for him. That's Mini Tank. I made him to look like me. I feel like Mr. Rogers here. Some of you probably don't know who Mr. Rogers is. And that's, man, I can't remember her name, but she's a wrestling girl also. But hey, since you guys are all here, why don't I show you something real quick? I'll put the camera back up on top because I need the camera to be far away. So, show you the table. So real quick, I got 2 trucks this week. And I got a 3rd one coming up. I've been working on this one. This one's ready to go. And this is its roof part. So it's a metal roof. So it's a twin hammer. So it's my first twin hammer. I got this one because I'm getting my rat rod made up. And this is going to be compete with my rat rod, because my rat rod is almost the same as this, except it's a little wider and it's much longer. But it does have independent front suspension and a fixed axle on my rat rod. And it's getting an overhaul done right now. And I want this guy, and I'm going to be painting him. I'm going to be putting stickers on it. And this is going to be the rat rod's nemesis. So hopefully it's going to be strong enough and fast enough to compete with the rat rod. I tried it on 2S right now. I am not pleased with the performance, but somebody told me try it on 3S. It's got a Sidewinder 3 on it, so it's going to take it. And it's got a 13.5 motor. But on 2S, the way the gearing of this is done, to me it wasn't fast enough. My SCX10 on the 35 turn is almost faster, but that's running on 3S. On 2S, yes, this one is a little faster. But I thought for a rock racer buggy, I thought I was going to get a little bit more speed out of it. But anyways, that's one of them. And this is the other one. Is the table big enough? Just. I almost hit the gun at the back. So I got a 6x6, the Beast from RC4WD. This one has the same thing as my TF2, same transmission. And as far as I know, it's got the same axles. So it's a nice big truck. It's got a light kit. I got the spare tire with it. So I got that used from my buddy Chris at GCM Racing. So he was not selling it, but I just called him up and I said, hey, would you sell me your Beast? He called this his pack sack, because he always carried every broken truck or everything he needed, tools or lunches. He always carried it at the back, so he called it its pack sack. What's neat with this is that it does have an opening door, and this is where he kept the battery, and this is where he's got the wiring gun. That's what he did. Usually the battery sits way at the back behind here. So, but he's relocated over there. Another thing that's kind of cool is that it does have an arm here that you just swing down. Swing up. Yeah, and then the whole cab goes forward. But what he's got a whole bunch of wires right now that are connected that I have to disconnect for me to actually do some maintenance. So it's kind of cool. And the whole back of the truck actually comes off also. I've just taken off some clips. So that's kind of cool. It's a nice, big, heavy truck. And that's about it for me. So hope to see you again real soon. either on the trail or somewhere around. We'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy, keep the batteries full and the throttle all the way to the end. See you guys later.